Your Excellency the President, Vice President, the entire Moi family, leaders, elders, and everybody here today. It's a great honor for me to be here today to say a few words about Mzee, my second father. I first met Mzee in 1973, just after I became a KANU member, and it cost me 2 shillings to be a member of KANU. Sometime after that, I ran for election in 1974. I didn't make it for various reasons, but finally I made it. And I was fortunate to be given a position in his government for the Member of Parliament for Langata. Sometime after that, I decided I must dedicate myself to learning from this incredible man. And he became my role model, and he became my second father. My father had died in 1972. So I studied him very carefully and was particularly impressed by many of the things that people have spoken here before. I won't repeat them, we're short of time. We used to be told politicians spend too much time talking. I heard a civil servant today have a long chat today. Sally, thank you for everything you said. What I would like to do is just tell a couple of stories that are relevant to my relationship with the President Moi. Sometime during my political career, my brother Richard decided that he wanted to have a fight with KANU and with the President Moi, and he created his own party, Safina. Now that put me in a very difficult position to be in Moi's government, and my brother is fighting my president. Surely enough, people were whispering, maybe Philip Leakey isn't a true KANU man. So I made a point of going to visit Mzee to assure him that I stand steadfast with him in the past, at that time, and always into the future, to the very end, which I do. He said, don't worry, let me tell you a few things that may be important for you to know. He said, first thing, no politician can succeed if he makes politics personal. Politics is not a personal business. Today, you can fight. I listened to carefully. I said, that's excellent, Mzee. He said, the other thing, you should never hate a person. Hate what they do, but don't hate the person. That resonated with me. And he has practiced that throughout his life. I believe I have managed to do the same from his wisdom. But I said, what about this Safina business, Mzee? He said, well, you don't hate him, I don't hate him, but we will cheza siasa kidogo na yeye. I said, sawa. And I'm sure many of you remember, there was a lot of maneno in the newspapers, the television and everything. Loggerheads, Richard and President Moi. He said, just stay calm, tutamtolea pumuzi baadaye kidogo. And within a very short time, pumuzi ilisha, Safina ikaisha, tukaendelea mbele. What a wonderful man. Because of shortness of time, I'll tell one more story that I think many people don't appreciate about Mzee. As Member of Parliament for Langata, I went to him one day and I said, Mzee, you have raised money for every cause in this country, every type of church, every denomination, everything, and the schools, universities, everything. One missing, Mzee. He said, what's that? I said, you've never raised money for a mosque, msikiti. Hujawahi kuwasaidia wajenga msikiti. Nisema hiyo ni kweli. Tufanyaje? I said, the mosque in Kibera, Makina, would love it if you'd come. That is in the middle of the slum. You'll not be able to drive there. You'll have to walk. There's no water. There's no road. No electricity. If your security people don't mind, and you're willing to... What I learned with Mzee in all the years I worked for him, he didn't like surprises. Never surprise him. He didn't like that. He wanted to know beforehand what was coming. So I went to him and I said, apart from the water and the road, the electricity for the mosque, there's two things we really need. And only you can help us. And I won't divulge it to anybody in Kibera until that day. He said, what's that? I said, the mosque has never had a title deed. Because Kibera, there were no title deeds. He took the phone and he called Gachanja, the Commissioner of Lands. He said, I want the title deed for that mosque brought to me. He got the title deed. He said, what's the other problem? I said, in Muslim culture and their beliefs in their religion, the worst thing that can happen when somebody dies is for the body to be desecrated by means of a post-mortem examination. I said, would you be willing, by presidential decree, to remove that legal requirement for Muslims throughout the Kenya, unless it was for reasons that were suspicious why the person died? He said, I'll do it. So when we got to Kibera, on the day of the Harambee, he told the mayor to sort out the road and the other things that he could. Then I asked him about the title deed. He said, I hear you. He hadn't been speaking. It was my turn to invite him. Then I talked about the need to remove the requirement of post-mortem examination for Muslims. The whole place went wild. Muslims went crazy. They never heard that anybody would ask on their behalf for such a thing. So when he took the dais, he agreed to everything. And then he called the head of the mosque. He said, come. He told Abraham Kiptanui, give me that envelope. Here's the title deed to your mosque in Kibera. People went crazy. Then he said, the other thing, Leakey has asked about the removal of the need for post-mortem examination. From here on out, it will never happen again. I order by decree as president. It hasn't happened since then. To me, that demonstrated he had no prejudice in any respect, whether it was tribe, whether it was race, whether it was religion, whether it was culture, whether it was rich people or poor people. He didn't differentiate. He was friends and made relations with everybody, within Kenya and beyond Kenya, the poorest and the richest, all of them. After that Harambee, we had an election about 3 months later. And he and I received telegrams, not only from the people in Kenya, the Muslims, but from all over the world, congratulating us and telling us they're praying for us. He got a solid Muslim vote after that election, before that election, and so did I. He was a wonderful man. But very few people remember that's one of the things he did that was very significant to more than 20% of the population of this country, just by one clear, simple act. So I won't belabor the time. I have many stories I'd like to share with you. But as a politician, I hope I've disproved that we don't talk too much. And I thank you all very much. And my sincere condolences from my wife and I to all the Moy family. We will be with you. And I'm still in Kano, Mzee. Thank you.